Excuse me while I sit down on the floor. This gets a little clumsy when you're my age. Anyway, welcome to this channel, Grinning Grandma's channel. I'm Cher. That was Rambo. And we did go to the 127 this year. And yes, we are the couple who really doesn't need to pick because we've got so much crap. Great merchandise. And, you know, sometimes you just have to get some stuff, you know. I'm going to show you some a little bit at a time because, well, I guess maybe we didn't overdo it as far as price goes. We actually spent less. I think we spent about $100 actually in total on all this stuff. And, well, let me just show you what we have. We did hit one yard sale. Nice couple, retired, I guess. They had a lot of stuff, and they just wanted to get rid of it, so a lot of it was priced for $1. Most of it was priced for $1. I've got to show you this. Anyway, first of all, let me show you something else. Okay, this. I don't know what kind of cover that is, but it's not real. $5 we did get this for, and it's full of jewelry. Can you see that? All kinds of stuff. I mean, I haven't looked at any of it to see if it's signed or anything, but I mean, for $5 and all this stuff, you know it had to be a decent, you know it's worth $5. Anyway, we have that. Now from the couple that we saw, this is a chalkware rooster. Those are my dogs in the kitchen. And this is by New Orleans, which is a Japanese company. We scored a couple of these old Atlas jars off the lids. Now my husband came in. This, I thought this was just kind of cool. It's a full body unicorn, and it's a lamp finial. Now that hole is kind of small. Probably can't see it, but anyway, the hole is really small, and so you can't put it on modern lamps. It's got to be on an older vintage lamp. But isn't that cool? It's solid brass. Can you see? Solid brass. Love it. Anyway, album full of old postcards and whatnot. Some paper clippings, I guess. I haven't really looked at this. Some old greeting cards. And most of this, well, actually, we went in thinking, okay, what we buy is going to be for the shops, our booths that are in the shops, and not for, no, wait a minute, excuse me. We bought for eBay because we've got so much stuff, but now some of this stuff is going to go in the shops. That's it. Okay, now, take a look at this. This is so cool, I think. Can you see it? It's hand-carved wood, no mark on it. And lady said that it was actually to put incense in. Well, you're supposed to put the long sticks here, I guess. This is what she told me. And the shorter incense goes in this bowl here. I guess it's possible but I don't think so. And I couldn't find anything like it online last night. So if you know what this is, or if you've seen anything like it, it doesn't have a hanger. It's smooth on the back. So I guess it has to sit like this, or just, you know, put it on a shelf or a table like this instead of hanging it, which kind of makes more sense to me. But since it doesn't have a hanger, I can only presume that it's not supposed to hang. It's marked that way. Anyway, if you've seen one like this or have any idea what it is, please comment. Please. Because I have no idea. This I picked up just because I thought it was cool. I have no idea what kind of beads these are. They could be mother of pearl. I don't know. They're smooth when I did the tooth test, so it's not real pearl, but they're vintage and they're on a string. You see that? They're on a string. There's not any marking whatsoever, so I knew it was old. I knew it was cool. I got it. Okay. This shelf. Now I haven't cleaned up any of these. Like I said, most of this, everything you're seeing, by the way, except for that box of jewelry, was $1. I forget what his name is. It's not Pierre, but I want to call him Chef Pierre with a basket. Probably $10. This is Corel. Cool, huh? I think. Again, very good shape. It's been used. You can see from some of the spoon marks in there, but anyway, it is Corel in good condition. No chips, cracks, etc. This is only out of one box, by the way. This is Dixie Pottery. And, I'm sorry, not Dixie Pottery, Pottery Barn. And again, good shape, no chips, cracks, etc. This is Sammy. I got this just because I thought it was cool, but anyway, it's a giant baby bottle bank. I've already put a label of $8 on it. That'll be going into one of the shops, probably the Village in Elizabethton. These, they're marked Vietnam. There's a pair of them, and they do have what actually says Ollie's on the back, but I don't know. Anyway, they're made for hanging, and it does say Vietnam on them. I don't know how long Ollie's has been around. They just recently came to this area. But anyway, let's see here. Okay. Pair of them. And these will be going into the shops. I guess you could put air ferns in there if you don't want to mess with a plant. And we did get a couple of these. One is, this one just has the pockets on each side and some bird poop, I noticed. And these are always good for little things, whether it's jewelry or little bitty figurines or whatever. So, got that. And here's a similar one from Mary Kay. And these are both just for my use around here. Again, I think they're good for storing smaller items. And if you know me, I'm really good at losing stuff. especially smaller items. Oh, look at this. It's concrete and it's really heavy, and I could not find one on the net, but it's a lawn sprinkler. Is that cool or what? And it's in really good condition. Again, no breakage or anything. I didn't see any marks on the bottom. It's heavy. There was one that I did see that was kind of like this. It wasn't sold. It was on eBay, I think, for $495. You know, it's not going to sell for $495, or at least I don't believe so. But I don't know what I'm going to put it in as. This green bowl, really cool. I just think it's really pretty, but it's emerald green. It's got a brass base. I believe this is Paden City, by the way. And look how thick. Really thick walls, and it is heavy. It's probably, I'm gonna guess, maybe 5-6 pounds, 4 or 5. Anyway, it's cost $1, and I think the value is going to be around 30 to maybe 50. And these are very old doilies. This one, I think it's this one, is made in Japan. And most of these are actually, trying to see where they're from. I should have marked them. But anyway, they're doilies, they're thick. They're made of, I don't know what they're made of, but they're really soft. It's like, almost like it's been hooked, like a hook rug, but that's not what it is. But it's just soft, like velvet, kind of, sorta. This one is an Oddfellow. It's the only one that's actually embroidered that whose name I could pronounce. Let's see, this, Belgium. That's where most of these are from, Belgium. Aren't these pretty? All of them, $1. I almost feel like we robbed those poor people, but that's what they were asking. How pretty, huh? And yes, there is some damage to some of them. There's some stains. As far as I'm concerned, big deal, they're old. There's more. I'll show it to you in a second. But I've got to turn the camera off for this. But, I mean, this bunch of stuff here was all together except for the jewelry. Maybe $20, if that. They wanted to get rid of stuff. Something I should be doing, just getting rid of the stuff. Okay, here we go. Welcome to part 2 of my loot shoot from the 127 yard sale. And my husband and I did go to the meetup that was sponsored by the Two Old Guys podcast, Reselling podcast, and that's Caleb and Josh, and also the, I apologize if I get this wrong, the Reseller Locker Room, I think the name of it is, Ben and all of his guys over there. And anyway, we went, we had a great meal, we had great fun, got to meet a lot of people, new people, and let me show you what else we ended up getting at the 127. And let me tell you also, if you go next year, if you haven't been before, my advice would be to, I mean, not that you asked for it, and my dad always said you get what you paid for, and advice is free. So anyway, keeping that in mind, we stayed away from what I call the tent cities, because most of those are occupied by other resellers just like us, and so their prices are going to be higher. Some of them are out of sight. Others are somewhat reasonable, but still more than what I would normally like to pay. So if you can, go to the, I don't want to say outskirts, but watch for the garage sale signs, and go to the houses where the people just, excuse me, want to get rid of stuff. So, okay, let me show you what we have. This is actually atagiri, which is Japanese, and it comes with, this is a photo album, and I know not a whole lot of people like to use these anymore, but you can always put recipes and things like that in there if you don't want to put your pictures in it and you know, ruin your pictures. It also came with this, which is the jewelry box, and it plays, let's see, what does it play? The Look of Love. And it is, I can't think of it, lacquerware, of course. It is Japanese, and it is vintage, and it was $1. Now this I have priced for the shops, and these, cute. Anyway, these are little cheese spreaders, as you can see. It's yeah, it's not marked, so it doesn't have a name associated with it, but it's not made, I guess, for the cloche to go on it, but because these things here would bump into it. But anyway, I guess you could put your cheese here, or your whatever you want to put there, and your cheese ball or whatever. And it does have a little bit of damage. I don't know if you can see, probably not. The very end of the little snowman nose has some wear on it, and you can see the white underneath. And but the rest of it really is good. There's no marks or anything like that. So anyway, because of the condition, I'm going to be putting that in one of the shops. I think I will probably go into the Village Antiques in Elizabethton, and I have a $10 price tag on it because of condition. This, I've got another one that's bigger than this, but it's a little wooden train, and they're calling it the Snowball Express. Wooden. Even got a little caboose here. This will be going online. When I say online, I mostly sell on eBay, but I also cross-list to Mercari, Poshmark, and sometimes Etsy. It just depends on what the situation is and what the item is. So I think these will probably be going on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. I doubt if I'll put it on Etsy. But cute, huh? And vintage, of course. And I don't know what I'm going to be listing those for. This is plastic. It's marbleized plastic. I don't know if you can see the marble in it or not. And when I first saw this, I thought it was a little odd-shaped jewelry box, but it's actually a hanky box, handkerchiefs for ladies' handkerchiefs. You know how you fold them in a little triangle? And I looked this up. I think they're going for around $20, something like that. So this is another online item, I believe. Got this frosty blanket. Peace on Earth. This will be going into one of the shops. Oh, I don't know. Probably $20, something like that. And, oh yes, these were all $1 each. This turned out to be a Fitz and Floyd, but it's not marked.